So welcome everyone. Thank you again for the ones that are here live and the ones that are gonna watch the recording. Also, you're welcome here. I am Nela Decon. Today, Adam Bartlett is not here because he's flying back to Australia, but we will meet him next week. So we will keep on going, the show keep on going. I'm very glad that you're here. And I want to tell you a quick story. I was asking how you're doing with the calls. And 2 years ago, when I made this program, the first week I was not that disciplined with the calls. But when I see that the program keep on going and the show keep on going and you have to contact and you have to keep on with the follow-ups and everything, so I started to get into the program super serious in the meaning of, if I want to get somewhere, I have to do the job. So listening to Alice was very useful because she was giving a lot of tips. So I only know her by Instagram. I only know her by the trainings I've made with her. And this one, the Reach to Elite, it's a really good one because it's the basic of the basis of the business, let's say. So if you get to hear all of what she's saying, you will see also different ways of explaining things, because sometimes we learn in different ways. And I'm trying to be the more useful as I get the program, and I'm trying to replicate, because she made it very easy for everyone, that I think it was very easy for me to get there. So we're just changing a few details according to what we have seen here in the Middle East or in the UAE, because not every country is the same, not every personality is the same. So also take something that resonates with you. Some things are gonna say like, that's not me, so no problem, just adapt to your own way of doing and sharing doTERRA. This is from my experience. So today it's something super simple, but it's something that it's, let's say simple because it's not that complicated, that it's contacting, sampling, follow-up, and invite. The first part, I'm sorry, I forgot to hear the WhatsApp in silence. No, it's gonna keep disturbing. And then let's share this screen. Okay, perfect. So when we are contacting the people that we will be getting into our list, we have a lot of ways of doing it. And Alice is giving us some scripts that I will share also with you if you want to follow. She's doing it super simple. And I think that's part of the business, or that's part of her exit of the success, not exit, about her success to get where she is. We, as far as I know it, we all have different personalities and we will resonate with different scripts. So also you can adapt them to them, but it's something that it's very simple. It's get the script in your mind so you get to share easily or more flowing. In her program, she was saying that 6 weeks to Elite are required 20 hours a week, 15 minutes more or less to build this business. And then you will be having 2 weeks to do a proper sample, and then you will host 4 classes. And this is on a basis where you already have the product. So it can apply to a lot of countries, but in the Middle East, it's kind of tricky because now we have to be also smart with the samples that we're going to be giving, because it's according to the need of the people and it's according to your stock. So it's not only like ordering doTERRA and tomorrow you will have the wheel. So we have to be really smart on how we're going to do this and how it's going to be also easier for you. So basically we have to keep on with the activities that Adam was telling us last week. So we need time, daily, weekly, and monthly. So we have to have 2 new contacts every day. Remember, it can be a taxi driver, it can be someone from the supermarket, it can be someone from school, from wherever you're working, from a cafe. And I don't know, I forgot, I think I have a keychain here. So if you have these keychains, these are very useful because you can have samples with you already. So you can choose some of the samples. Here I'm having just citrus oils. Basically, this is my husband's keychain, and he's having the citrus oils that he normally uses when he's working. But if you're having these keychains with you, you will always have doTERRA oils with you to share. If you have the oils here, for example, lemon, wild orange, copaiba, the easiest way is when you're having a little card with you and you give the card with the oil. To be honest, I am missing the card. I'm always having the oils, but I am missing those cards. And now that I have been sampling more in a proper way, I would say, I've been giving a card. I will show you in a picture in the chat. That this card, it's basically my business card. So I'm sharing about the oil. I'm giving away my contact, my Instagram, and it's very simple for the people to keep on going with the oil because sometimes they tend to forget what you have said. These follow-ups, remember, that are the follow-ups that are from the two new contacts that you have made. And also, if you have been giving a sample, it's after 2 days, the follow-up that you will be given. We will talk about this today. Then we will have 2 weekly events. So Alice is recommending 4. Why 4? Because you will have to cover 1 in the morning, 1 at night, 1 in the weekend, and another one that maybe can be in between some of these events. So what Alice is saying is that when you have more opportunities or when you have more classes, so the people might say, oh, I cannot do it Monday morning. Oh, but you can say, can you do it on a Tuesday night? Oh, yes, at night it's perfectly. Why? Because we have different schedules. So that's why she's saying 4 classes. Now we're saying two weekly events in the case of the rush time that we have here in Dubai. But if you get to have 4 weekly classes or meetings, it's amazing. It can be a one-to-one, or it can be also in groups. It can be in person, or it can be by Zoom. So these weekly events are super important for you to have, well, for us to have, and to keep up with the persons that we're contacting. And the monthly big event, so this is with the big team that it's easier to do it in team than by yourself. Give me a second, please. Leito, por favor, bájale el volumen. Okay, so the program, what Alice is saying, it's something very simple. Oh, wait, sorry. So week 1 and week 2, basically it's last week and this week, we are creating this, our name list. We will be ranking our list. So all the people that it's going to be from 1 to 7 or 8, depending if you are adding the English for this list. Then you will be starting this effective sampling. So basically this is what we're gonna say today, how to sample the people. And this means that we will be sampling 45 people at least in 1 week to fill our classes. So we will be giving away a lot of oils. What I am always thinking about is not giving away, but seeding. We will be seeding a lot of oils in people. So if we want to be diamond, if we want to be elite, if we want to be premier, or whatever rank you're targeting to, we have to impact in so many lives that we have to share. One thing is that I like to say, or I like to think, is that just make it fun for you and that people get to know that it's easy to use essential oils. Then the week 3, well, we will be hosting these classes, we will be talking to people. This is what Alice was saying, morning, weeknights, weekend. So put a schedule. Do you remember that last week we talked about the schedule? So do a schedule where everything fills into your activities. If you're not able to do it in the morning, but one of your teammates is able to do it in the morning, back up with the teammate so you can have, or you can cover at night the events, and your partner or your team can work with the mornings. That's something that you can do as a team. That's also very nice when you have other people around with different schedules, that, okay, probably you will not cover one thing, but she will cover it. So no problem. This is something that we can work on together. And then we will have the three-way builder prospect calls, meaning that you can have your upline or some other member from your team talking to the person that you're trying to get into doTERRA. When you have these three-way calls, it's very easy. Well, I see that it's easier. One, because you feel comfortable. And the other one, it's because the person that you are talking to, it's having another one testimonial that it's not only yours. So they are feeling more connected also to the oils, or they can have other experience from the oils, that it's not only you, and they will not feeling that you are just selling by selling, but you're listening to the aims that they're having, and the other person is also having another experience with the oils. So this way, builder prospect call or meeting, for me, it's really interesting to build up the business with your people. In week 4, we will be having a wellness consult. Basically, it's when people are already enrolled. It's a follow-up, how we're going to build a plan with them for them to keep on going with the LRP according to their needs. It's not just opening the LRP and go and do the LLB or the collagen or whatever. So we will focus on what they're needing. Again, we can do the three-way builder prospect. And in week 5, 6, basically we'll be teaching classes. This is all the program that Ellis is trying to give to us. So how to get to these parts of the program. When she's saying teach classes, she's basically saying to share the 10 top oils. So we will be talking about these 10 top oils. On the last monthly call, doTERRA was saying that we need to focus on these oils. So it's very important for us to know the information by the end of week 5, more or less, about lavender, tea tree, at least some facts that you can relate very easily to your mind to share with other people. And whenever someone comes to you, it's like, oh, I'm having stomach discomfort, or I have a motion sickness or something, that the oils come quickly to your mind. And then something that also doTERRA was telling us is to find new builders. So we have also to talk about the business, but not just talk about the business like, oh, I invite you and go and rush and rush and rush. No, when you push people too much, sometimes they go away. So just make it fun, as I'm saying. When you make it fun, people see that you're having fun, and it's not just like working and working and working. So when they see that you're doing different activities with the oils, even in social media, that they see that you're doing different things, they will be more engaged of doing the business with you. Okay, so basically how to contact the people. Alice is giving us a lot of tips. The first scenario with the text message, basically she's saying that we will say something very quickly, that it's, I have good news for you and give me a call. So you're not gonna say on the message the good news. Also by email and by social media, when we can have a chat, when we can have a coffee. So what Alice is saying, always connect with the people in person, so one-to-one in a call. When you hear the voice of the other person, you will see how excited and how is everything going. So it's not the same of writing a message and you just chat and it's like, oh, yeah, I want to share an essential oil with you, or you, no. So when you call someone, you will ask them, how are you? How are you feeling? How's your life going? If you already know the aim of the person, this is a call that it's much, much easier, because when you get the ailment, you know how to get into that person. When you don't know, so it's talking something more open. or you can ask directly something, or when someone is telling you in the conversation, oh, someone broke the food and you have Deep Blue, for example, you might say, oh, I have something for you. Something that I've learned, and Adam was also saying last time, listen to the people that you will be contact, listen to their needs. So when you already know the need, it's easy to get them, but when you don't know, listen what they are talking about and what they're telling you. When you go for the business approach, well, you know that the person is business driven, that person is already into essential oils, or that she's a yoga teacher and she would like to go for the business. So you already know that she would be interested in being your partner. So that's one of the calls that you can be having. And the one that, to be honest, I like the most, it takes you a bit longer to jump into the oils, but it's when you haven't talked to the person in a while. So when you haven't talked to the person in a while, you will have to connect since the moment one. So it's not like, oh, I have oils, are you interested? No, so you will listen to the person from the beginning. And probably it's a friend that you haven't seen for a while, and this person will be again telling you the story. So by this story, if you are sitting on your computer or somewhere that you have a pen, write down things that this person has been telling you. And if it's not in the first or the second call, you can introduce the oils by the third or fourth call. So this is very powerful because you will be connecting and the person will know that you have been listening for what they're saying. It's not just selling by selling. So it's offering a solution for business or a solution for any ailment that we will be giving for that person. So it's that you have been taking the time to listen and to create a plan for that person for you to help them. So the scripts I'm gonna send you are these ones. Rodrigo, if you do that, I will be able to listen.
And put these on.
So we will have the first one, that it's an SMS. So I have great news, call me. So if the person is interested, so by email also tell them that you have been thinking about them and that you have something really excited. You have something really excited to share with them. So don't go direct to the point. If you are using the MailChimp or you're doing a blog, okay, that's part of your mailing list. But if it's someone that you will create a contact or a first approach or reconnect with someone, don't give the oils on the first moment. I've done it and it's not working. So I'm avoiding you that terrible moment where it's like, instead of creating the connection, people will go away. In social media, it's been very tricky because you can connect with a lot of people, but at the end, it's not the same to do the follow-up. So if you connect with someone, try to connect in a very authentic way and then share the oils or share the business. Or if they come and jump and say something special to you, okay, keep on going. But normally the social media with a public, it will be a complete different scenario. So if there's other ways of how to do this network marketing by social media, that will be a complete scenario. But if you're connecting with the person, give a call. Always Alice is saying give a call because you will hear the voice. These are the scripts that I am going to share with you. And basically this one is when you know the ailment. So when you talk with someone, this is what Alice is saying. Normally I have in a different way, but it's like I've been thinking about you because something is coming into your mind, or you got your digestion oil or something that reminded to the person. And you can tell them that it's something really exciting that you have been doing with essential oils, and that you can help them or you can offer them a testimonial. So for example, my testimonial would be that my girl, when she was 2 years old, she was suffering from lung problems and she was sick every 10 minutes. So she was sick 1 week and she was healthy 1 day. So when I tried the On Guard, I started using it with her and things were happening. So she was getting more days healthy and less days sick. Of course, when she's small, when kids are small, this is what happens with the kids. They are building their immune system. But it was very powerful for me seeing that with On Guard, we kept on going with healthier days than sick days. And after that, I get to have my oils always with me. If you want to share someone else's experience, you can share another testimonial. And then you will say that, let's imagine Digoxin will also make a difference with their family. One of the reasons of sharing the blends is because the blends are not out there in the market. So we can talk about Serenity, Balance, Digoxin, Deep Blue, that basically are the proprietary blends from doTERRA. When we go and sample with the simple oil, well, the single oils, sometimes people say, oh yes, I already use lavender. So they don't get sometimes the lavender from you, they just buy it. But if you also talk about the benefits of buying the lavender, that behind the bottle, they will also get interested in getting a sample from the lavender. It's important for you to say to the people that doTERRA essential oil, the doTERRA essential oils are safer, are cheaper, and sometimes more effective than medication. Just don't go into details and let them know that it's safe to use essential oils and that you think that it will be a very great experience if they would try the On Guard, for example. And set a date that you will send the sample. If you go to the person's place, make sure that you can handle the sample to the person, because you were gonna say, okay, let's take On Guard. You will put 2 drops on your palm, that it's very simple, and you will rub the chest, or you can put the the On Guard in water. So explain how they're going to use the oil. When you don't know the ailment, you can talk open from everyone testimonial, let's say, so a normal testimonial about lavender, about frankincense for meditation, or Digoxin for digest issues. And basically, when you know that they have kids, it's easy to go into the family's wellness. So everyone in the house with the 10 basic oils will be basically in a good shape. So when you don't know a specific ailment, you can also talk to them and ask about it. Not say, are you sick? No. You can say, are you willing to improve something in your health? Oh, what about sleep? What about digestive issues, any allergies? Go and try to make the connection with the person that is in front of you or in the other side of the phone. Again, you will say that the essential oils, they're safe, they're cheaper, and many times more effective than medication. When we don't know the ailment, and for example, we have the peppermint that now in Dubai it's super hot, we can say that our peppermint can be in the internal use, and we explain about how to do it with the internal use. And that every time that they are super hot, they can use in the water the peppermint from doTERRA, or also they can put some on the back of the neck, on the forehead, on the hands, and they will be cooling down. When we talk about the internal uses of the doTERRA essential oils, it's something that not all the oils out there are having. So it's really nice when we hear that it's safe for us to have the oils. You can also talk about the lemon, for example. And this one, it's the next one, that it's when you are going to go for a business call. The first time I did the, let's say, the business call, or when I asked, I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest, because I went to a Facebook chat in one of the Facebook pages that I was already here in Dubai. It was a Latino chat. So I said, I am doing doTERRA essential oils and I am looking for partners who is into the business, give me a call. So I left my WhatsApp, and then I started receiving messages from girls that they were interested. This, I know that Alice would say, don't do it, but it's a way of how to get people connected. Once I had the phone numbers from these girls, I was calling them, and then I would be saying basically what it's here. So some of the girls already knew doTERRA, so to be honest, that was much easier. But when they don't know the company as it is, but they know that it's something really good because they have heard from other people, this is where you get to share the benefits that have been given to you doTERRA from other persons, from other people, and that also doTERRA is not just about the oils, but it's about bringing wellness to our families. If you get the chance also to talk about the business, you can do it in the first call or when they're already in doTERRA. So if you have already people with you as a client, as a customer, you can also talk about the business. Don't push them, just say that they can get commissions every time that they have the LRP open, and if they don't know too much about the oils, that you can support them. In the team, you can give the support. Why? Because sometimes people don't know how this business works, and probably they are good for it because they already like the product, and probably they are already sharing with their families. So this is something really good when it happens to the people that it's already in your team. So just don't stress to go outside and look for them. One thing about the business is that we will be changing lives. It's not, yeah, of course, it would be coming with money. If it would not be coming with money, it wouldn't be a business. But our approach is that we are changing life, or this is how I like to see the business approach. We will be changing lives. And because it is a really good product, I really trust the company and I trust the oils. And if they want to jump into the business, I would be very happy with them to go this. One thing that I like to say about these ones, it's use your talents. So don't try to sell doTERRA, or don't try to make this call just by the script. So do it with your own talents. If you are good with connecting people, use that. If you are good in numbers, use the numbers to explain the compensation plan. If you are good with organizing events, do it with organizing events. So find your talent that will get all these resources for you to get more people. This is something that I have learned, that share on your own style, and the business, share it on your own style. Don't try to make it from someone that it's not you. And this one that I was telling you that it's one of my favorites, it's because you will be connecting with people, and probably you will not be talking about doTERRA. You will be talking about something else, and until call 5 or 6 or year 2 or 3, you don't know. You will be talking about doTERRA, or that they can have something good from the oils, or not pushing it. Why I like this one? Because I have found a lot of people from my past that they are doing very interested things. And by the time that I had this approach with them, I will introduce doTERRA. if they are feeling stressed, if they have kids, or if they have any specific condition, I would say, oh, by the way, I've never told you about what I am doing. This is something, it's really cool that I like, and I think it will be really good for you. You have told me about your family, that you have been changing from countries, or anything that this person had been related. So you already know the story, and you get more information on how to get with doTERRA. This is a challenge because we are, or at least in my case, I was panicked about getting no's. People, no, 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 no. And something that I have found is that the no is already there. And the no is not personal. It's not their time. Probably they're not ready to be open for natural solutions. They are still on the other track, but they're not telling no to you. They're just telling no to that opportunity. So it's like the cup of tea. Probably the waiter would come to you and, oh, may I offer you a glass of water? No, not now, thank you. And maybe 5 minutes later, you will say, oh, can I have a glass of water and the menu, please? So by that time, you're ready. So you have already planted the seed with that person, and a few, I don't know how many days later, weeks, years, they will come back because they know that you're already there. So this is tricky. Don't put yourself in the no, because it's already there. The no, you already have it. So let's try to look to the yes, and the more we listen to the people, the more we can get information to get to the yes. So we will be changing their life. They will not be doing a favor to us. They will be doing a favor to them. This is very important. This is something that I've learned in the last year, that I was panic of getting no's. And so then it's like, okay, the no, I already have it. Let's go and find some yes. And this is where we will be getting the yeses, in sampling and setting the expectations. Sometimes when people doesn't know the product, it's very easy to say no. But when they already have the product, magic starts to get around. So this is really a cool thing. We have to set the expectations. So as the medicines, what happens when you go to the doctor and the medicine is not working with you? You will go back to the doctor and you will say, hey, this medicine, I'm not feeling good. It's hurting my stomach. I don't feel like going to sleep, or for any condition that you're having, you go to the doctor and do a follow-up. It's exactly the same with essential oils. So we can get a very good connection with one oil, and probably other person will not be getting the same results. So yeah, we have to be patient. And this is something that people, it's very important to know. See if the oil is not working with you, we will find a better solution. Because oils, we have a lot of oils. We just need to find which one suits you the best. In this one, there is a sampling program for specific ailments. And when you set the correct expectation, people will come back because they will remember that you said that there are other options. And if they are willing to change their ailment, they will come back to you. Also, you will be going to these people 2 days after the sampling, and you will give a follow-up. So when this expectation is already there, you will say, for example, the Serenity. Okay, so you're having problems for sleeping. You're gonna use Serenity. So before going to bed, you will put some drops on your palm. You will breathe directly from your hands. You will put some of the oils on your pillow. You can put the oils on your PJs and then go to sleep. Next morning, give it a try. Feel how you're feeling, if you're feeling restful, if you're feeling tired. So write it down. Day 2, so you will do the same at night. Breathe the Serenity on the pillow, on the PJ, and I will give you a call. So you will say that you will give a call on the second day, and this person will get to be conscious of or written down of what's happening in the next day, for example, for Serenity. I was telling you that I was not giving any papers before, so now I am giving the papers because I've seen that sometimes people just put the oil in the bag and forget that they're having. So if they're having a small paper with information, it's easy for them to go to the papers like, oh, okay, I have to do this, okay, perfect. And that's it. 2 days after, if the people are not doing what you have just said, what we're gonna do, we're gonna tell them again how to use it. So we will tell them, okay, bring the oil. You have it with you. Okay, perfect. Okay, take the Serenity. Tap on top of on the bottom of, not the top, on the bottom of the bottle, tap a little bit and breathe. Smells amazing, right? So you will do the explanation one more time with them. Why? Because probably he forgot or she forgot how to do it. She was very stressed that she did not pay attention where the oil was, or because she's not used to have the oils, she left it behind. So it's just like that. We will explain how to do the oil. If they haven't done it, we will do it with them. Yes, I know that at the beginning, it's like a challenge to get on this routine of doing the follow-up, but basically these are the follow-ups that we're talking about. 2 new contacts, 2 follow-ups, 2 events. So if we want the people to come to our classes, if we want the people to come to our event, they should have a nice experience. When COVID started, I remember that I was not giving any samples because I was not able to give any samples. I was in Brazil, and in Brazil, give samples, it was very chaotic. Probably here, it was also tricky to give samples. But now that we're open and that we can give samples, it's much, much easier when they have this essential oil. To be honest, I am very happy to having these cards with me because now they are my business cards. So having these cards with you, let's imagine that you only have lavender. So have with you 8 drams of lavender and have these cards with you of lavender. And when you introduce yourself to someone, you can give lavender. If you have some other oils with the ailment, give the lavender. If you don't have the lavender with you, but you have in Canva, for example, the information of the lavender of the Serenity, send it by WhatsApp. And it's very easy for them to remember that who you are. So when you are creating these contacts and you want to add people to your list, this is something that we can do. Get these ones from, I forgot the name, Aromatools. Also, I don't know if doTERRA USA, I've never paid attention if they still have it. In Mexico, they have it. But Aromatools, it's very easy to have the keychains. They are in different colors. And they say doTERRA, so it's really nice for you to have them in your bag. And always ask the people when you're setting these expectations that you're gonna give them a call. So you can give a WhatsApp and say, is it a good time for me to chat? Is it a good time for me to call? If they cannot give you a call, but you can send a voice message works much, much better than just texting. Sometimes texting, you cannot put any voice to your message. So once we have given these samples, once they have having this amazing experience of the oils, we will invite the persons to the class. So people will be getting invitations to our classes or to the team classes. If you still don't launching any class and anyone from your team are having classes, invite them to these classes and to be part of the doTERRA wellness. So when we invite to the classes, it's because they already have a good experience. If they had not a good experience or something is missing, we can try another oil. And to be honest, if you haven't had a good experience with something and they invite you to a class, probably they will not attend. Probably just by the curiosity, or probably nothing to attend because they're not into the product. So if they have had a great experience, basically it's the tip of the iceberg, because we have so many solutions for so many ailments that just Serenity is giving you a hint of what doTERRA is about. When we're gonna share these classes, that's why Alice was telling us to book 4 classes. But if you have 2, for example, we can go into this, give me a So sorry, I just heard that my son bumped his head with the bicycle, but it's behind me. Yeah, so when you have different timings for these classes, it's easier for them to say, I can go to this one or I cannot go to that one. Also, if they cannot attend to your classes, but you have matching time, you can also go to a cafe in one-on-one and you will do a basic intro of the oils with those that you have, with the 10 basics, or direct to the ailment that they are having. So when you set the time and date with them, give them a call 2 days before, then 2 hours before, and just make sure that it's a call. I have been sending a lot of messages and people do not respond the same when they send a message or when you send a message than when you give a call. Because sometimes the message can be a general message that you just forwarding to everyone, or when you give a call, it's a personal call. So this is something that Alice has been saying a lot, and I've been saying, yes, it's true. When you give a call, it's much, much effective than just texting. I know that texting is much easier and it's much cheaper, but when you give a call, sometimes it's more effective. And basically for this week, we will keep listening to the audios and we will be having also videos. I will send you the scripts for you to read them. If you can learn them, how they are, amazing. If you want to change words, because these are Alice Sedibid words, not mine words. So if you want to make it yours, just write it down, make it yours, and practice, 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 practice. Why? Because the next time that someone will come to you is like, oh, you will know how to go and flow with the sample, and you will not be fearing for the no. Basically, you will be just flowing. When we know the product, when we know what we have to say, everything flows. So I would say, yes, it works. And once you know if you're going to have a class or someone from your team is going to have a class, invite people. And if you have already set the expectations and give a sample, it's much easier for them to say, I will go to your class. And probably they will say in the class, I want to buy the oils, because they know that the oils already work with them. So this is going to be your homework. Keep on going with the 2 + 2 + 2 + 1. And I want to know if you have questions, if you have, also if you want to share tips, if you have any other comments, because we all learn from everyone here. So now the mics are yours.
I found that the 2 people that signed up with me last week and bought kits were people that I approached 6 months ago. And it was a sort of it wasn't a no, maybe a clear no, but it was a not now sort of thing. And then when I approached it again a few months later, then there was a bit of interest. And then, so don't ignore the first no. It's I found, definitely the 2 people who just signed up 6 months ago, there was no way they were going to sign up, but they both bought kits, and
Nice.
hopefully we'll get them onto LRP as well. But it takes time and patience. It's a lot of lot of effort to keep that communication going, definitely.
Totally, but as you said, don't get the no as no, I don't want to talk to you again. It was not the right time for them to jump into the oils.
Definitely.
Claire, can I please ask you to say that again? I'm sorry, I got disconnected. So you have 2 leads?
Yeah, no, I had 2 sign-ups last week, two new
Excellent.
customers last week. Alhamdulillah, and they were people I know well, and they're well, one's family and one's a good friend of mine. But when I brought up the topic 6 months ago, it was a no. Or one of them, it was actually almost ignoring what I'd said, or not acknowledging, should I say, what I'd said, and sort of no comment. And now they have sight with, over that period of time, and me, I think by them seeing me using them and seeing me getting well, and me being consistent with them, then they start looking at what I'm doing, and it has taken 6 months to get these 2 sign-ups. So don't give up is what I'm finding. It was just what you resonated, what you said, Nella, is don't take the no personally. There's many reasons why people might say no at the particular time you ask them. So it's just interesting that 6 months later we're signed up. So
Congratulations, Claire.
Thank you for sharing.
So basically this is seeding. We're going to seed a lot of oils out there. Maybe the day one we will say, or they will say no for any reasons, and after you don't know how many days, weeks, years, they would say yes. The first time they proposed me the business, I said no, and 4.5 years later I said yes. So I am one of the one that will be saying, okay, the business, I said no, this is not for me, and now that I'm doing it, it's like, oh, I did not give me the opportunity before of experimenting, but that was my deal. I was not ready to jump with me. So that happens also to other people around when you have the oils. And it's very, when you give these papers, it's very nice that people sometimes put it inside the bag, forget it. And suddenly they are cleaning the bag and like taking everything out. It's like, oh, Rita, oh, let's give a call. Oh, yes. Oh, let's do this. So the more the people see that you're fine, the more the people that see that you share, the more that they will get into you. And if they don't resonate with the oils, they will know someone for sure that will resonate with the oils, and it's like, oh, I have this contact. I have this friend. Oh, have a coffee.
yeah.
Rita, you have your mic open. Do you want to share something? Oh no, I see you frozen. No, I don't know. You wanted to say something else, Claire?
No, I just wanted to go back. I'm sorry, I had a phone call I had to take. You said about giving the cards. I missed that bit about cards, and they would be your business cards. Was that information?
Yes, I don't have my phone with me now. One of my kids is having it, so I need it back to send it into the chat. But so because when I go to a class, for example, to a yoga class that I know that I'm going to do a sample, I give the sample with the card. But I've noticed that those cards are very useful because they have the information of the oil, they have my contact, my Instagram, and my phone. So basically, it's my business card. So the oil, it's my business card.
Yeah.
So when I know the ailment of the person, so I will be giving that specific oil. But if I don't know the ailment, normally I will be sharing one of the 10 oils. I will be having tea tree, lavender, peppermint, lemon, or whatever in my keychain. But now what I am doing is I will be printing these cards with the same oils that I'm having here.
Yeah. Yeah, makes
Because
sense, yeah.
it's been working really good, this tip, and you never know with whom you're gonna cross in your path. So just be ready. This is something that I'm just learning. Just be ready to share the oils.
And you said earlier on about how, the unique blends.
Yes.
How that they're unique to doTERRA. I mean, because the other day what I did was I got my mini diffuser out at the hairdressers and put citrus bloom while I was having my hair done. And because I love the side, and everybody loved it in the room, everybody. And they were saying, I said, look at these cheap things that we have. This is beautiful. And I thought, yeah, it sells itself if you, but is that the right way to go about it? Because then I had one client that then bought the Aroma Essentials.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I don't, then she was, is it difficult then to do the like oil camp because you haven't got the 10 essential oils? And then are you relying on the blends to do it themselves rather than learn the oils? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
Yes. To be honest, I'm also focusing on the 10 oils and not in the Aroma collection. But I have like 3 or 4 customers with the Aroma collection. So now I know that this one is also getting popular because it's getting into, so aromas from the house, getting rid of the toxic products around the house, but also it's working with the emotions. So that kit, it's emotionally, it's very powerful. So one thing that we have is the 10 oils, the 10 top, plus the blends.
Yeah.
And the blend oils, no one have them but doTERRA.
Yeah.
The 10 oils, you can find them in the market. So what happened to me, I was chatting with Adam, and that the lavender, well, it's the doTERRA golden oil, basically. So we have the golden standard. But what happened when you tell this to people? Sometimes it's like, oh, I will go to buy this lavender from brand whatever. You can say everything about the doTERRA lavender, and they will attribute it to that lavender. And it's like, you haven't heard anything of what I've said. But still, people just listen about the lavender and not about doTERRA gold standard.
Yeah.
So if you go with Serenity, no one else is having Serenity. They're having other calm blends, but Serenity is from doTERRA.
Can I jump in for the Serenity?
Yes, please.
Yesterday, I had such an interesting, something interesting happened with me. I was with one of my friends, and I gave it to her a Serenity sample. And she said, oh yeah, but I have something similar. I bought actually from the Bath and Body, and just because I want to sleep well, you know, I wanted to use something. And look, this is so cheap. And she showed me the price and everything, and it's such a good smell. I said, all right, okay, I get it. But believe me, just try it. You don't have to anything, just try it. Put a little bit on your pillow. Also, you can put on your palm, you can inhale it. And if you want to sleep extra well, also put a little bit on the bottom of your feet. And she was like, really? I said, yes, just try it. All right, fine. But I'm sure it will be the same like that one. I said, okay, sure. Today, she called me and she said, for years, she never slept so well. She said she don't know what I did or what the product did with her, but she slept so well. She needed. And she said that was something magical. And I said, yeah, see, I told you, that's the difference. It's not about the price. It's not about, that's the unique essence of these products.
Exactly. That's the tip of the iceberg.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes. So So when we have the chance to go with the ailment of the person and they have a good experience, we don't need to give more samples, and we can invite them to join doTERRA. We can invite them to a I was gonna say to a party, to
Oil party. You can call this oil party also.
to an oil party, exactly. And when, let's say that someone comes to you and is like, oh, Serenity did not work with me. I woke up again at night or whatever because they were very anxious. So probably we will have to tell them, can we do another trial and we try with Serenity or Balance? And depending on what they say, we will go. Why? Because probably they're not sleeping because they are having problems to sleep, but because they are having problems with all the emotions around the day. So it's not just saying, you're not sleeping because you're not able to go to sleep or the oil was not putting you to sleep. No, the thing is what's happening with you during the day. Citrus Bloom is also amazing to be a partner with Serenity during the day, to make you cheer up, to make you focus on what you're doing and to go and flow. And by night, Serenity will put you to sleep. Yes, please share.
So, Nella, what I wanted to share is something I told Adam in my call earlier this week. And
Yes.
it's unlike Rita's experience, very similar, but in one of our events, Claire, with Vanessa, I did invite one of my friends, and she's a really popular Bahraini blogger. And I know she's going through something emotional. And I just wanted her to come and have an open mind and try it. And she's really, really resonated with peppermint, loved it. And so she asked to place an order. So she was going to be a lead, and she wanted lavender as well. However, when I sent her the prices, which is always where most of the people stop, she thought it's too expensive. And then she said, Amira, I had no clue. Regardless of, the free oil camp and the access to the global Facebook network and the consultation, all of that, it was all about the money. And then she said, let me just get my May pay and then I'll get back to you. And then 2 days later, it was, Amira, my sister has an iHerb account, and I checked peppermint and it was 2.5 BD versus a lot more for peppermint and lavender on doTERRA. So at that point, I can't force her. I can't convince her. She's an adult, So I just told her.
You know what you can try, sorry, but you know what you can try, and maybe it can help somehow in this situation, because I had also something really similar. Just in that case, my friend used one of the other essential oils company products, which already here in the UAE. So he said, all right, yeah, but you know what? It's much cheaper, and that's the same peppermint. So I said, all right, you know what? Bring that. And I showed this one, and I also bought, for this reason, another peppermint oils, which I found here in the market. And I just told him that here are 4 same peppermint oils in front of you. Smell them. Try. What's the difference? Do you feel the difference between them? So when you say that, oh yes, peppermint, they won't get it until when they smell the differences between the oils, between the bottles in front of them. And what I also find out really interesting, that if you put a drop on a tissue paper or a napkin paper, the oil drops will be different. Each drops will be different after like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So that also indicates that they have either some additional ingredients or something extra, but not all of them the same, none of them the same. So it's really interesting to show this kind of experience or experiment to them to understand that, yeah, there is differences between them, and that's cause also the price differences, because our is pure, and when you smell it, and also you can feel that just make a drop sample on your wrist from the different products, different companies' products, and let's say about 15 minutes later, would you feel the same strong smell or not? So give for her these kind of experiences to see the differences.
Yeah, thanks, Rita. This is great. I love the idea. I love the idea about the tissue piece. But the issue was, she was with us at the event and then she walked away and then she made that decision when she told her sister. So we're not always at an advantage to re-meet with them and have them compare and get that other experience. But I'm just curious, what would you do in such an event, in such a case? Nella, from your experience as well.
Well, I have been having, let's say, a lot of challenges with the money. So normally, because of the license here in Dubai and everything, so normally I would explain to the people why they should buy with the membership and not buy as per oil or a single oil. So I know that it's difficult because when you say with the taxes and shipping and everything, like 655 dirhams for one package. So you get to go, as I'm telling you.
It was 80 something even, yeah. It was 80 something.
So behind the bottle, so what's behind the oil, so what's behind the bottle, so what's doTERRA doing, the healing hands, that they have this institute in the United States, I forgot the name of the Prime Meridian, so where they are doing all this research with essential oils and medical research. And it's not only about getting a peppermint for a peppermint, but it's all the work behind. That's something that sometimes we tend to forget. So if you follow doTERRA, you follow doTERRA Australia, doTERRA UAE, now we're not yet posting, but doTERRA Singapore or whatever, also follow Healing Hands and doTERRA Business, because they have these very nice reels and posts about what's happening behind the bottle. So when people come and tell you, especially influencers, I think, that they want to influence people or they want to get advantage of this. For influencers, could be different approaches. The approach of what's the product that you're using and how good is that product with the environment. Yes. And then, so what's behind the company? What's behind the oils? And which product I would not say which product it's much better than the other one, but which product or which oil is more concerned about the environment. Because as we know, other companies around there, they would have third parties between the oils or the farmers and the company.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why there's also very cheap, because they are getting the oils super cheap, and it's not getting the oils super expensive just to make them expensive. No, but if you've seen now, Emily is taking the time to send in her post what's happening with the Bulgarian rose, what's happening with Haiti, what they're doing in Somaliland. So she's doing a lot of videos because she also wants to tell the people what they're doing. It's not just having an oil for having an oil. So this is also part of our job of explaining them that the peppermint is not just a peppermint. It's a whole people behind the bottle with the peppermint. The peppermint, it's from India, it's from the US, so it's not only from one place. It's from two countries that they will be having also employments. So this is a tricky thing when people come and tell us,
Yeah,
it's
it
all
was.
about money. Yeah, I know. If I will be taking care about my money, I will be taking care about your money. That's why I'm telling you that doTERRA is cheaper, because at the beginning you will feel that it's a little bit expensive, but within the time you will see that it's much effective, and of
Yeah.
course you will not be having any it's not toxic additives in the oils.
And then one last question. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Nella. The keychain. I love the idea of the keychain. Is this on the doTERRA US website? Is this?
No,
You have it, Claire.
Exactly, Claire. It's under doTERRA. This one was in Mexico 2 years ago, so this one don't look
Okay.
for it. But the one that is showing Claire.
Claire,
I
do we have it in Bahrain with Sheikha Hassa?
I don't know. I got this when I was in Australia.
Oh, okay.
But I will send you now the link from.
Please.
Aroma
But I think it's in the website, in the US website, so it's available.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on
It's just
doTERRA.
I have to
It's
check
also
it.
on,
Sheikha Hassa.
Wait.
And when people see you with the keychain, it's like, oh, doTERRA. So you will know that they
Yeah.
know.
I put
Yeah.
them in a little case, and it has a zipper, but it's nicer that way. I loved it.
Yes, this one, the
Okay.
only thing I don't like is that it's weird to put it in the bag. The one that it's having there, it has like a hook. So it's
Look,
easy.
yeah, and you can put it on the side of your bag so that people can see the doTERRA picture as well when you walk around.
Lovely.
I will
It's
send
good for you to
idea.
put. Sorry?
That's a good idea to put outside with this doTERRA. That the doTERRA name it can show.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I use this as well for my own, just the ones that I would carry around in my handbag instead of, as well, not just for sampling. But it's good to have some sets, as you said, Nella, about having sets of lavender, peppermint, whatever, already in those.
You can
cases.
have the oils that you're using. Just
Yeah.
make this card. If you don't have it, the card to give it away there, send it by WhatsApp. So when you send it by WhatsApp, you're asking the person for its contact. So you will be so you can say, can you share with me your WhatsApp so I can send you the information of the lavender? I don't have it with me right now. So you will be keeping that name. You will be adding that name to the list. You will be doing the follow-up to that person for the lavender, and you will be having 2 days of job done in just a second.
And I think that's the trick. Rather than to keep giving your phone number out, make sure you get theirs.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
So the thing that the day I went to this cafe, so I was having the samples. So I was getting their phones and I was saving them with something that I could remember them, and the cafe name to know that if I go to my phone and I write Mompreneurs, I will find these people there. And now my job is this week, keep on going with the follow-up, because if no, just the sample is sitting there. So for the samples, I use the peppermint and I use the balance. Normally, when we're having this hot weather, I'm always having peppermint with me. So everyone was like, oh, peppermint. But balance, it's a proprietary blend again. So you will say every morning before going to your work, put some balance on the sole of the feet, heart, and start your day. And with the peppermint, you can do exactly the same. So same instructions, just different oils. One for energy, another for grounding. So you will be saying exactly the same, just changing the names of the oils. It's really
I
good.
have to run. I apologize.
Yes, I have to run.
I would love
it's
yes.
open.
Yeah,
Wait
yeah.
here.
And you're going to share the cards with us, right? This presentation?
Yes,
so
I will
practice?
share with you.
Excellent.
I will send it in the chat. My phone is again gone. I will get my phone back and I will send it on the chat so we can keep on going. And the presentation, I will put it on YouTube so we can have all the recording.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Nala. Thank you very
Gracias.
much.
Shukran. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Have a good night.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.